heard I'm a president. Yes,
very true.
Ne? Yes. And then, where I fuck bana metric dance. And then look bana metric dance live I fail. Even when I'm go, ita endlela la ka yena. Where I go na hakatimba ngosi kule. Say, hisulere why me organize ku kenza hakatimba le ngumtshama ko.
Mo mina mhlaba mfundisi. Mikendlin. If the answer is yes, mikhendle nyoka kumbe mikhendle xikhova kumbe mikhendle yini nimboni ku prophet wa munhu usungula uta kusungula kerekeni ivi ku deliveriwa vanhu va khongelelwa va hola u swi vona ku vambele goleni so anna ku cheka mfundisi ku a ku na xi mitswani nyana kumbe ku ya vo khongo nyana minga
No, there is no such.
Ishangani gang la ihlela hinkwaswo leswi rhumerisaka Gaza vumenemene vunanga naswona hi tlangela ku humelela lokukulu na lokuntsongo hikuva hinkwerhu hi le ku tlakuseni ka ririmi na ndhavuko wa Xitsonga leyi i Shangani gang shangi
Okay, say kona ilomo.
Yeah.
Phakathi insight. Nicola.
Hile ka TIMENEMENE taka Gaza. Mingabona ko fa rumela namuhla kuna swibamu Yeah, namuhla ithamna nkulu wa munhu. Ithamna mfundisi, mprofeta, apostle, anamhla lo le prophet mgobozi. Lava nga na kereke. Batele bafundisi, bake bafundisi okati kereke pheshishi. Wotwa ku yini ministries mara le xitangeni ayikona. Le yikona leyiwani. Mfundisi, prophet, businessman. And then mfundisi wa mgobozi. That's why akagingirika ngona mfundisi mgobozi. Kudela loku.
Okay.
Awusheri mfundisi. Njani?
Ihlayisekile njani?
Ihlayisekile ngofu. And ikhesi ngofu kuba mtini. I think I podcast yosungula kuba mita interview amfumela ku interview.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, say ikateke ngofu TIMENEMENE masibona mara batle bata ka TIMENEMENE taka Gaza. And must ba ile bela werini mina nguna yatelini.
Yatele.
Sele kuza kuta mfundisi.
Oh, you
Siri na Francis atilweni.
Utanibona kwa la phambili. Nirina ba Petro kwa la na Yohana. Okay mfundisi amkela ka TIMENEMENE taka Gaza. TIMENEMENE taka Gaza nge vulavula swo tala ku la aku hembiwi n'wina conscious ya n'wina ha swi tiva ku mi nge hembeli. Loko a ku ri aka Georgia ta n'wi byela ku la tafuleni leri
aku hembiwi.
So mfundisi ha swi tiva ku swilo leswi va nga ta hi byela swona hinkwaswo la swi ta va swi ri tiyisi.
Yes.
Okay.
Se mfundisi Hagiazo. Imani kahle.
Hagiazo la.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Mfundisi Hagiazo in'wanuna or imfana la nga kulela ka majosi anga bebuleriwa ka majosi ni dyondze xikolo kanjaka amaroleni and then I did my grade 9 to 10 amaroleni and then 11 and 12 ndendle Malamlele High. So I'm just a guy from the dusty village of Majosi. That's basically who I am.
Okay. Mitsali ku Saint Paul Hagiazo. The imabit lamangele ka ID lam.
Lamangele ka ID I Paul Hagiazo. Ka ID mina bushaka Paul Hagiazo.
Okay.
You make a sense.
Se vitile Hagiazo. Risuka kwi.
Vitile Hagiazo risuka ka ku loko xikwembu xi ni vitana. That was my varsity days when God called me. Basically, I never thought one day I would be a man of God. I was so indebted to soccer, nakulakuba DJ. That was me. So when God called me, I think at that time I was fellowshipping at the church of Apostle Miz Tancredi. So at that time when God called me, this name, Hagiazo, it basically means a saint or mhlauriwa. That's what it means. Yeah, so when God said, Nukhlauril, and I'm sending you back to the people of your kind, because remember, in my days, I was just a boy who, I'm a saint who has his own past, So I wasn't born kamutilo kungana mfundisi, but when I follow history, they say my grandfather was a bishop. So when God called me, he said, umhlauriwa. So basically, umhlauriwa is a saint. And saint in Greek, it's Hagiazo. That's where the name emulates. So when I say Saint Paul Hagiazo, it's just Saint Paul Mhlauriwa or Saint Paul Saint. That's what it is.
So lo mlolo le ka malamlele ne nasithoka umgoboza ngachava kumbutsa ngofu lo mlolo le ka malamlele ne I heard good I'm a president yena malamlele high.
Yes, very true.
Ne? Yes. And then very akufaka bana metric dance. And then loko bana metric dance le by fail even when I'm ku ita endlela la ka yena very akuri na bhakatimba ngosi ku le. Se isikulere why me organize ku ka endla bhakatimba le ngumtshama ko.
You see, I was a boy. And I think I was 17, 18 by then. I remember it was my matric days. And what happened, we had planned for this matric dance. So, as a leader, you must make a plan for your people, And then at that time, you are a born-again child of God, you fall. You are a born-again child of God, you fall. Also based on your environment. So I remember what happened. Iku lokba cancela that metric dance. I was very active. I was a very active leader. So leshinga umelela iku this actually should be coming from Sizwe because I did high school. Yeah.
Lower Mentorship.
That was actually my friend. In school. So what I did. Eku lokba cancela metric dance liya and then nitena plan yaku what guys let us buy alcohol, let us buy things like let's buy meat and all of that and then ekuba ala ku yaka metric dance let's meet by my house because she when she went to work in any way if I remember Carltonville to visit Papa Nsong. So I was left alone with the house and like in my days anzanga nuwana nabantu labanga my age I've always lived with people that were older than me so basically my friends were my brothers and those that I was with at school so netelani organizer that metric dance yenzelwa lekaya yes it's true. There was a lot of girls, but from school,
Yes.
We were in our days, So, and then, we had a nice party there at home. And then the following day, everyone, we were all in trouble. In fact, I think we were even suspended at school. That entire crew le abari kona le ka phatilia but mrangiri wa ko vele hayi akur me
se Mistin yamfundisi
no
yamfundisi so guys Mistin it was nice as long as na bakatimba nice
Also some nice.
Mfundisi
Okay, Mfundisi.
Song, yeah.
Remember the question let them mvutisa kutona la. Mvutiseli ina. Vanhu vo fana na mina na Gaza Bosha ngaba kumbe hi mitiva ku antswa ka vanhu van'wana va ka Gaza, right? Loko hi vutisa the question la hi vutisela vanhu lava van'wana va nga na ti rumors ta ku yini na yini. Mo mina mtlhava Mfundisi. Mikendlin, if the answer is no, okay, if the answer is yes, mikendle nyoka kumbe mikendle xikhova kumbe mikendle yini, and then loko ku hi sweswo mina nyoka the junior candlist mingaba advisor yini ka makhendlelo na lava va lava ku khendla mingaba advisor yini ka ku va fane va khendla na ku va khendlisa ku yini. Ndzwele mfundi mikhendlini loko ku mikhendlini hi hlamuseteni ku mina nyoka kumbe mina yini.
Guys, let me answer it this way. It's just that people knew me now. However, I didn't start working for myself now. So, akuna kukhendla ka chumu, and in any way, even if that was a desire, man, I love my kids, you know. So I don't want to do anything that comes with consequences, especially with me losing my kids or my wife, you know. And again, you know, this life I've learned kubanu look what is the source of your poverty. But as soon as you find a breakthrough, remember breakthrough, it's you pushing consistently over the years. I've had difficulties in my time. You know, we were driving with the guys, you know, Jabal and all of these guys. You know, we were not known then, and nobody was interested because of we were going to church, yet we were trying to push our lives, you know. So, in any way, there is never going to be a time where you can have something without them questioning you. But nobody checks the amount of time that has been invested to be, you know, what I am today. I always tell my guys, you know, it's just like if you are a political leader. You might have a name that is highly exaggerated or highly honored, but you must understand that's not your name as an individual. It's the name of everyone that is within your cycle. So, people tend to say, you know, and if they have such information, they should go and do the same and see if they will achieve the results we have. You understand what I mean? Because this is not something left out of a day or a year job. We have been pushing very hard. And nala saying Africa corner, it doesn't mean say email. You see, every year BMW is taking out a new car. Mercedes is taking out a new car. So to remain a businessman, you remain consistent, and you must always be coming up with new ideas to survive. So if vele people I don't have that that information. The information I have is I'm proud in my entire life. Not even my parents or my granny or anyone angatamani isa Ndumben or Nyakang or anything. Purely, I'm one of the people that can claim that where I am, it's because of Tinchaltash Kwembo and nothing else, nothing added, no flavor, no small from nothing, purely God.
Okay, then parents, ne? I'm telling you, for maybe the resistance winner, and post I have my own reason. So now, I heard your father was a magician.
Yeah.
Is it true?
Yeah, it is true. He was not a magician. Okay, it's just that people define that, you know, as if, you know, there is a difference. I just forgot what is that name, but that is a person that was performing a trick of an eye. So what it means is it was all in his mind. No external spirit on. Okay, some days people used to make up stories. Yaku, you know, Papa wena ba onduli munu onji ba endlelizwi ba endlelizwi, and there was no such like. There's never been such like in any way, because he's dead and no one wants to continue with those things. Okay, for instance, that part where he eats the fire, that fire was burning him because he was having a permanent bronchitis, like abarna na a condition lying a hole because that thing was affecting him directly. So you see those boxes that he was carrying, it was also affecting him here, you see. So by the time when we lost him, he had 2 cancers, also that chronic bronchitis something, but it was coming from that particular thing. And again, for everyone who is from my village, Apalanomo, you know, they used to see him buying those sweets and all of that because it was his tricks. What I appreciate, and I will never deny him, it's because of I learned to be a man out of, by the way, Vitulera Paul, it's actually my father's name. So I used that name because of my desire was, the guy didn't have anything, but he didn't sit and say, I will not do anything. On top of that, he was coming with those money. In case people think he was making a lot of money, you know, it was 2 rand per student, you know. So if you calculate 100 students, that's about 200 rands, right? And you find that's an old man. He's going with a person there. He's carrying a radio and all of that. So for me, what I drew out of his life is you mustn't allow your current circumstances to define you. So for me, I can proudly say I'm a product of his mind. In a sense, the thing of pushing yourself, even when the odds are against you, it was his thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know the person?
No, anbate.
Ako na bisa ako meleki
Yeah.
Iskolweni.
Abata xikolweni.
Man ngarna
Kama na
ta
cheka Mafosi channel ne. Mfamsala ku Mafosi chao ke meleki mta ibone kona la. Battery to ngata chocolate teka matloka chana ku matchocolate.
Yeah,
Nana ka
Yipwa kunele green farmer ifiki.
Is it jeans with this? Yeah. Okay.
But
So,
Is it
wait,
before
before rival. So, most of the producers, music producers, but do you know how to do those tricks?
look, it's a thing that, like, even the people that were going with him, they were seeing how he's doing those things, because basically in the morning he was waking up to buy those things, and then, you know, there is nothing to inherit there. It was his skill, and it was what people loved him for. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not like I will say none of my siblings are interested in pursuing that, but his mind, it was a mind of an artist. That's basically who he was. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. A church yamfundisi ka deliver wa vanhu. Vanhu va khongeleliwa va hola. I mean eyewitness. Hi swona xilunganeso. Ni swi vonini. So ni lava ku tiva mfundisi ingaku mi hlamulini a mi swi modifayangi hi ku phela vanhu va khongeleliwa va hola kerekeni ya mfundisi, vanhu va profetiwa, ni swi voni swilo leswi ni vulavulaka hi swona, vanhu va profetiwa, and ku nga ri leswi swa ku ri hi mhaka ku ri ni tiva akani Jojo ni ya ni ya byeletela wena Apostle Gaza Bosch.
Yeah.
A hi leswi swo byeleteliwa, leswi swa la, leswi swa ku ri ku profeti wa munhu loyi kuma ku ri u ta ri sungula kerekeni. Ni mboni ku profeti wa munhu wo sungula u ta ku sungula kerekeni ivi ku deliver wa vanhu va khongeleliwa va hola, u swi vona ku vambele ku holeni. So a ni na ku cheka mfundisi ku a ku na mitswani nyana kumbe ya vo khongo nyana mi nga.
No, there is no such. Let me give you a background of where my ministry started. Ministry ame isungule, I think basically I was okay. And even at the time where I was a coach and running all of that in my village, like everyone can testify of that. Before Itlanga, I used to pray with people, and even people will manifest demons. But at that time, we were falling, and you know, it was not yet defined. And I wasn't even sure if I will be a pastor. But what I knew is I was a leader. So, you know, from all that time in varsity loko nifika, you know, I used to even bunk classes near Kongela, like alone, because I had a passion that was now overcoming who I was, you know. At some point, when people will go to class, I'll be praying like myself, like say, Karwami say at some point, you know. I've taken, you know, fastings. If you know my then pictures, I was very thin. And not because of I was going through something. I was fasting now and then because the same zeal that I have today is the same passion that I still have. You understand what I mean? So there is a lot of sacrifices. When I'm saying sacrifices, I've invested time in what I'm doing. But this is, I've served in church for about 3 years in Tamale Kerekeni, and I was no longer going to school. At that time, my entire family abandoned me because of you know, and all of that, which is what makes me who I am. Like, you know, sorry to say it, but a lot of my family members started accepting me when they started seeing some light. But to be honest with you, I had nobody at that time and I understand them. I mean, and then you come across, you know, ministry stuff, and then mensuka senior tamakeregen niseva, and you know, akeregen antira manure and jala spinach, you know, you are saving. It's building my character and all of that, you know.
Okay.
But it didn't make sense. Why should I take such a decision? And then at that time, you know, it was very few people who were in support of that. It wasn't everyone, you know. Yeah, I was basically abandoned at that time. Yeah, I was on my own.
Okay. Ntwa mfundisi vaku I had nobody. Nuku nhleketa ku ni va yimbelela lelela. I have nobody. Oh my Lord. Oh, I have nobody. So yeah,
Okay, put this.
Yes.
Apostle Miz Tancredi.
Yes.
Relationship yang wina na bona.
It's fine. In any way, there was a time where I was down and on my lowest. To be honest with you, him and Apostle Jephthah, they were the only people that were there for me. Solely because I don't know how true it is, but back in the days when I was still in his church, people used to call me Young Miz. Like, they used to say I look like him. In any way, they used to think maybe I'm his little brother or something. But we were all young then. You know, it's not even my space to even talk about his age, but, you know, it was just a 1 year age difference at our time. You know, so, you know, it wasn't like we we didn't actually fight. It was actually a situation where we both didn't know how to handle, but we needed each other. So now it's a person that I can call for an advice. It's a person that I regard as a mentor or as a leader because of he's been there. So at that time, it was a taboo to actually associate with my name. Like, Banabata Luisa for real. Like, if you were found associating with my name. But he's a person that at that time was welcoming me to visit him in his house and all of that. And I remember at one stage, you know, when you are angry, you think all manner of things. I also feel like he saved me a lot from a lot of wild thoughts that I was having at that time. Have you ever been in a space where you don't know what to do? You don't know how to avenge yourself or could defend as a person due to what you are going through? But then, you know, he gave me a lot of counsel. I'll never take that away from him. That's a person that put me in a space where I had a little bit of peace because he asked me, do you want to defend your reputation or you want to maintain your character? Remember, reputation is how you know me. Character is who I am. So he said, allow your reputation to die because your character will emerge. And that was a life-changing teaching for me.
Okay.
And then, siguro one, ne, abarika cutting age ne va ku baskemi vanhu kwendleke yini na yini and then now and then I'm tender so fana swa baskemi vanhu kula timali tin'wani ami dyonisa vanhu siku yini mi titwe njhani vona loko va ri ka xiyimo lexa cause I think swin'wana swi trendy before leswiya swa ku vona swi ya ka cutting age.
He was already trending before me, and it was actually some sort of how do I put it? Men of God, because there is no one who didn't have anything. First of all, I will say none of those people have ever made me trend out of faking something or faking prophecies, or none of them have ever came out to say Munluya is a false prophet out of this and this and this and this things that aligns with my calling. I've never heard such. And for anyone who can claim that they ever gave me any prophecy or anything, I challenge them to come out, know. And if that has ever happened, may God curse me. That's number one. I'm very pure in what I'm doing. As far as the prophetic is concerned, I don't take chances. I go to Swaziland. I go to places that even my team has no way of knowing. And the things that God does through my life, it's unexplainable. So look, I once even set a program, and I wanted to go with my team to Kenya. We host our own crusade where we are not being hosted, because I wanted to show them that I can operate anywhere. You understand what I'm saying? I go to Malawi and prophesy people there. I go to different places prophesying people. So I've never heard the person touching that part. Secondly, you see, in life you must learn once you are a pastor, even the things that even the mistakes of an ordinary person, if they are done by a pastor, it's blown out of proportion. And let me explain it in this way. You see, at that time, we were all hungry for success. At that time, what happened is there was this platform, it was called Big Club or something, but it's a platform where you basically make money out of recruiting individuals.
Yes.
But I'm not the owner of the platform. And that platform, I was introduced by a bishop in our church in front of members. He presented that thing and people saw an opportunity. But people were not joining the platform. They were joining my name. You understand what it means? So to be a pastor, it's just like now, if you see me drinking alcohol, you won't hesitate to drink it because I, as your pastor, I'm doing so.
Yes.
If you see me doing something out of conduct, you won't hesitate to do so because of you are seeing your pastor doing that. So when this thing went wrong, nobody was talking about the actual platform. People were talking about me as an individual, which, even if you try to say, let me cover this, there was no way, because there was already an international case against that particular company. It was called Big Club. You can Google it. The case is still ongoing now. So the same way that anybody that I recruited lost money, I also lost money in that particular platform. But, nobody have spoken of how they benefited out of that platform because of many of those people who were surviving out of that platform. When it collapsed, it's not like people didn't know who was the, who was the person who introduced us, what happened and all of that. I just didn't even see myself having to have the last word. Let me explain. Look, as a man of God, if you live, if Hagiazo is a false prophet, because of I'm now talking about your secrets as a pastor. So you must understand, you think about those that are with you, not those that have left you. So if each and everything, some of them, it's people that I know them from A to Z. Some of them, I know their families from A to Z. And by by calling I'm a prophet. Like I can actually get anything embarrassing by anyone. But ningati kuman hlamla wena babisa loyi nga na yena. So if you hear me nibalabla hi swihundla swa Gaza Bosch, wena as mgobhozi, are you going to comfortably tell me your secret?
Not at all. Not at all.
So that's how it works. You must always just take a knock, and you must understand as a pastor, no matter how much you may want to justify yourself, out of that justification, you will pick something else and now fight me about it. So my silence made me win. And who had the last word now?
Okay.
mayitwa ne hileswaku ku fana na mina ni nge byeli vanhu loko u nwa ti-ARV misalo ma swi vona
And then nge byeli vanhu loko u werile.
Okay, na xivutiso ne?
Yes.
Okay, na xikombe xo sungula ku mbulele ku ri mi nga profeta kwalawa matwisisa ni kumeka mi sika mi bilawa loyi na loyi wa mgobhozi na Gaza Bosch mi sika mi bi swin'wana swa vakatimba bya vona. Okay, going forward, okay, my question is kuna vanhu lava va mi langutaka ne?
Yes.
Maybe ka social media.
Yes.
Bambona as mfundisi. Only that side. And then look at your life, okay, you drive big cars, and then you came with bodyguards.
Yes.
And then I might think to myself, okay, if mfundisi one day, I will maybe have those things. But checking at the economy and life like as a whole, must wanna go isolation. It's possible. Because I don't think you fit off church. So what I want to ask you, like my business or everything, I mislead the car if because I want to drive like Pastor Hagiazo. It's not all about pastoring.
Yeah, it is true. In any way, let me say 95% of the income of our church comes from our businesses with my partners. Number two, there is no one that can claim to be, at this stage, like partnering with us in a sense. Okay, in short, I don't think we have ever raised over 5,000 rand in a month in our church. For those who have been there, like come towards month end, they account for the offering that has been put there and all of that. So that church was set up when we had previously closed church for about 3 years. So I am a pastor and I am a businessman. So understand that I'm working to sustain the church, not the church sustaining me. So all the artists you see in our church are coming there out of our pockets. So I'm not about to be a pastor that has to be labeled as one of those that are eating church money. No, members there should be saying we are enjoying that pastor's money. That should be the case. So what I'm saying is, if you want to be like me, you must work for yourself. I can tell you now, 90% of the pastors that are depending, that the lifespan of an offering is very short. Because people give to you up until they feel like you are making it out of their man. It's human nature. Up until then they say, one person starts dragging their feet and all of that. But I have been praying to God, if you ever bless my businesses, I'll take care of church. That has been my covenant with God. Because I had reached the stage where, the people that are giving to you, they, even the next person knows what they actually gave to you. So it's tricky to survive out of offering. Because, lokshwesh wo ta fika in negata mova we ku intsakerini. Gaza Bosch I wena nga kumfundisi kundle swin'wana. Landa mova liya. Loko sen postini. What will happen to me? So I'm one of those people that I can say I've given to the people that are around me, and support during that difficult season. And most of those people, there is no one who is not driving. So, I work for myself. That's basically what it is. I work for myself.
Okay.
And then mfundisi Hagiazo maybe na kata ku wena tshama na bona nkarhi wun'wani ni vona character ya bona ni vona na vanhu lava nga around vona ne mavoni loko va fika la hi vona va nga ta ka mi va xeweta right va humble mavona so mara ku na vanhu van'wana vambirhi lava nga behind loko mi kha mi kombela mali va mitsona ni a hi vona mfundisi mfundisi a va ta mi nyika mali vona mbili yin'wana ya kahle ngopfu i yini relationship ya n'wina na nkulukumba loyi
Yeah. Basically, that is my.
But given, la vulavula ku vosi
Plus John.
va le ndzhaku
Plus
na
John.
Bas John la ya hi vona va nga na swikheso manghena or amngheni i yini relationship ya n'wina na vakulumba lava
va tshama kwalawani loko ni na swin'wana
ya but given a va tshami laha
Okay, but given in Botomina, like how do I put it? We come basically from the same village and the same Bashwitana in Mganga, Mganga. So but given I regard him as my elder brother. Not that I regard him, he's my elder brother. Yeah, he's my elder brother. He's very old, he's just aging very well. And then Jabal is he's a son that grew to be a friend and became a brother, and then became a partner. So basically, as I've said, he's my business partner. That's all about it. Yeah, that's all about it.
okay but given mjani kwelani
Kwana mjani.
so lucky enough mile the bugun takatka both given but given ni shoko nguna mtu wako kukwata ka vona kumbe abakwata I munhu wa njhani
Ai munhu wo kwata. Mfundisi nge tshama kwata.
ne lo akwata ku yin'wina
Mina ena kwata.
okay kuna mhaka nga tshama endleka la ya ku manager plan mi fika mi hlasela out of nowhere hayi se kwakuthola na mavoko mi ri ku dyenka tinyama yele njhani nyipi liya
Why yelling?
yele njhani nyipi liya because leswi swi nga trend ku both given hi vona va nga nghenelela va endla ku nyipi liya yi hela ntsena mara ku endleki both given
Ta mu bekela switsongo mafita ku hosiso anga hlamulanga hinkwaswo swivutiso ne. Loko philani ku ta va ku sungule mhaka leya ya trendisiwa ka mfundisi. Ni mfonele I think 3 years 4 years back loko leswi swi ndlaku I shona okay no yena se a hlama vita ya vanhu I byeletela hi va mani ka hanya delete ni to ka ni nga n'wi vito
Delete
man sunga kwala so eva loko a tlha phinda ra vumbirhi se loko a sele philana a nge lavi mfundisi ta za yilwa hi mehe hi ku ni ku khalimini ivi ni hlamusela hi laha hi nga vuya hi fika hi tshama hansi hi kota ku lunghisa mhaka leyi ku vuxaka byi mahlweni
mara ku fa ku tshama hansi or mi fike mi nghunguna ya nhloko xibamu
Swi nge endleki.
a ku nga ri na swibamu loko hi hlangana na philana yo tshama na ye hansi ni n'wi kombisa ndlela ku hayi
mi sure
A ku va ku na ku khatla.
hayi ku va na
alright then ku va na kulukumba lavaya hi vona hi dema security
Ibaila.
lavaya va nga suti lavaya
Oh, Mtungwa.
yeah
Yeah, Mtungwa is actually me and his brother. We were more than brothers now, you know. So I was friends with his elder brother. So unfortunately, he passed away. So before he passed away, he left that gentleman in my hands. So he's like family to me more than anything relative to work. It is like. I don't know how to define it, but he's like family now to me. Like he's a person I've trusted with so much. So that's basically it.
Swi fana na leswi ka n'wina va nga ku lan'wa va ku fana ku ta.
so Mtungwa ku komba ku ri munhu wa arrogant blind yona fika la yi values vanhu va mina la and I'm not happy mfundisi if I apologize la because hina ne we're not fighting and hina hi close nyana na n'we mavona a faneke yi fika ku hi ya kwi ivi va ku ha no khandela ni ri hi ya kwi
let me tell you something.
It's hot.
Let me tell you something. There's amongst my guys, there's those guys that just like the situation when you affect me, I don't need to necessarily say anything. I've already explained. Hagiazo but I'm not Hagiazo like as an individual. There's a lot of people that gets to be affected as soon as you mention my name. Number two, there is about the group of lawyers that are over 7, 8 that are part of this team that you don't see, our intelligence team and all of that. So it's actually a huge team. So he's actually not even a bad guy. I don't even have a guard that is unruly. You have sat with them when we are eating. So you must differentiate when they are at work and when we are chilling.
Okay.
You understand? So that's basically that. And for them, you know, they are here at home to look out for my life. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, mfundisi, ni vona kwalano vokweni ra n'wina leri nga mbala ringi mi faki very key tags ne, and then kuna siku rin'wana mhani Hagiazo va mi nyika mablomu muku I'm not gay. So question ya mina ku so munhu loko a ri n'wanuna iva amukela mablomu, are you saying ku ri gay now?
No, mina from where I come from, andzi tshama ni vona n'wanuna teka mablomu. Mina anhlamlela mehe kuba ka nna ku tiva wehe. So but me anhlamlela mehe, for mina I don't think that is something I can do. Like antibo okay, ani swi tivi yini xi fanele ku xi ni tsakisa hi mablomu. Man n'wanuna wo helela like
Mangeta.
yeah.
Va vula ku loko n'wana a teka mablomu a nga helelanga. I mean I'm mfundisi.
Okay, swi fanisana ku I give my wife the flowers. She's happy, but I don't know what is the reason. I actually buy her flowers just because of she loves them. Why she loves them, I don't know. No kan nga voni ku yini lexi fanele ku xi ni tsakisa hi mablomu. Like I'm being for real. An voni lexi nga ta ni tsakisa hi mablomu.
Okay.
So mablomu.
Mablomu
It means you are gay.
Okay, mfundisi. Loko ni taka question ya mina ni vona mfundisi va ri too much close na ti-influencer ta ka Gaza. And then va pfuna ti-influencer ta ka Gaza. A va pfuni ti-influencer ta ka Gaza ntsena na vanhu lava va taku ka vona va ku va kombe ku pfuniwa va va pfuna. Leswi ni swi tivaka.
A hi ri mita.
I yini mfundisi xi mi endla ku ri mi va close too much na ti-influencer ta ka Gaza?
Okay, it's not like I'm going too closer with anyone. I just don't reject anyone for any reason. Like for me, it's just like I've said last time. Mina, I don't do gigs. I don't make money out of Facebook and all of that. You know, like for me, that's actually my way of evangelizing. There's so many people that have came to church because of my cars. So it's my way of evangelizing. My central view, or okay, the center for me is whatever I'm doing, as long as it brings people to Christ, I'm happy. The last thing is, I want you to understand that I can't be part of those things. I don't do that. If kuna lainga on this I will talk to you, not on social media. I'll talk to you, and I doubt you will ever come to a stage where you can offend me. Like it's very difficult. So what makes me to be closer to them is because I don't reject anyone who comes closer. And my desire is one day we may find a common ground and use that influence to generate an income that can benefit different influencers. Okay, for instance, there's different shows that are broadcasting different lifestyles and all of that. We don't have one that talks to Tsonga people. Like we don't even have a single show that is suggesting that Tsonga people are also making it. But there is a lot of people that are making it. We just not focused on developing our own platforms that also talks to us and also grow our media. I mean, you guys, you dominate social media. You know, people actually enjoy watching you. But there has never been a person who says, okay, let's all sit down and put a thought into this. Imagine if there was a show where there is all of you guys, the influencers, guys. There wouldn't be a show either along to that particular one Gaza because you have got followers. You have followers. So and so has followers. If we unite all of that, we're sitting with a huge number of views that, you know, can yield certain results. But I don't want to be in a space where I'm dividing you guys. Hence, when I'm with you, whatever that we are doing, it's what we are doing. We agreed was it in December or when I said I will come?
Yeah, it was in December.
Yeah, you know, and I told you I don't like going to podcast and all of that, but I will come to your own. We have a lot of invitations. Jabal goes to them and he says, no, not going, and I won't go.
Okay. Then I heard kuna titambi futhi letikulu ta Gaza. Minga ti sponsora but vitana aringa faka
la
betshama ba huma ku mfundisi a khesa and niri tinhlambi letikulu anolava chastangeni leswi swiwani
tinhlambi
so mi titwa njhani after loko mi le la mi hlamula n'wina mi tlhe ku hlamula boti given hi ku va ku ri vona na swi tiva va nga ta ku mali a yi humi se la n'we mi byela ku mi titwa njhani and na n'wina bot given kumbe Mr. Hala mi byela ku mi titwi njhani after loko ku endleke swo fana leswiya and your way forward after loko swi ri njhani lem.
Okay, first of all, I don't even think the money I make in a day, any percentage combined of those artists will actually come closer to what I make in a day. So my central focus wasn't to make something out of any artist. It was to actually say, whatever that is coming back, let it be what will be also. We had a big vision, but they ruined it because you end up seeing artists in the same eye because Shifansana ku ihlangana na Elon Musk amol ambale skipa sho cheap. Even then you think he's stupid. He wouldn't be having that amount of money if it was according to your thoughts. But there are those people who think we are stupid just because we are men of God. But it's a thing, Yagu, if you betray me, there is someone that his life or his career is directly dependent on your character. So, yeah, tell her even discouraged just because it's a system where money is going out, but money is not coming in to help with the very same music going forward. So you end up sitting and say, hey, send the stress wa kumunu, the gig behind your back. I can't. It becomes so much for me. That kuman can't get 4,000. Like it's too much. You understand? So I will end up saying, Jay, no. Let's leave all of these things. And it's one thing. If Jay is angry at someone, I'll talk to him that basically when you reach where you get to me, it's over because no one will speak for you. So it gets to a stage where what you do, kuna munu mwanyalo afana benefit out of your character. So you reach a stage where you say, hey, in any way I have nothing to lose and there is nothing that I'm benefiting out of this. Let me just leave it as it is. The issue of names and all of that, I don't really want to be glorified for where I willingly help. It's up to your character, whether you talk about it or not. Even if you don't, it doesn't change who I am and what I'm earning. It only affects you. So, it's too small for me to even make a matter out of it. I reserve my heart for where I'm going, not who is living my life.
Okay.
100,000 it's on from these guys. I didn't propose. But given say after loko vanhu lava va pfunini then va nga ha fikeli la mtwana ku fa ku endleka yini mirini mhaka leyi mi ya ku humelela yini vo
hayi yosibeka xikhongeleni a ni mfundhisi va nyikela se a va lo va nyikela na vona
va mbeke mrhabhelweni vari 4,000 lo yi holaku
a hi nchumu ka no mara ende a va hembi that day hi nga hi ku dyeni hi dye swin'wana swa ma 6,000 loko va fa va tlhela va thipa munhu loyi hambi a va n'wi thipi 500 yi ku yitsongo ngetela
va ku yitsongo ngetela 500
phela 500 leya i rente ya mgobozi
ivi loko hi ya reconciliwa na vaphilani a 17 bill I think a yi ri vo ma 12 or 14 somewhere there a yi ri mali muni bill
17,000
70 yo
so that's why mgobozi a nga tlheli ndaka mfundhisi i vudyela yes
sorry man on that note ya ku loko ku ya wa 17 ku ya reconciliwa a ni lava ku vutisa question yin'wana timhaka ta ku ku na leswi nga vuriwaka social media why nga mi nga heti swikandza ha languta swilo leswi ha search
Okay, that's
ku leswi nga vuriwaka ka social media ne ku mfundhisi Hagiazo va swi kota ku kumeka kun'wana na kun'wana mara va mbale ximbalo xa vufundhisi matihlweni ma hina and then so loko okay va 17 la ndhawu ya mabyala va tshama na swimanimani vanhu lava tirhisaka mabyala mara vona va swi khomi swilo leswiya so loko swi ta hi ndlela yaleyo n'wina like mi tikume njhani mi ri ka ndhawu taniya like as mfundhisi
mi khopa njhani
like mi khopa njhani with such kahle kahle yi dyondziseni na van'wana ni nga upcoming pastors
Yeah. Okay. You see, Abjalen, there is a lot of people that just because of they are there to enjoy. You know, if you don't believe this, play gospel in a club. You will see how many souls are desperate for the touch of God. I think it's about time we redefine this thing. You see, but what are we then called for? So if then for Jesus is not looking at those that are at church. Those ones are saved. Bible says even when one sheep is lost, you go after that sheep. It's my greatest desire that after everything, all of those people will come to Christ. And let me tell you, by the way I'm doing things, it will really get to that stage where even those people that are into deep alcohol will know there is a pastor that won't discriminate me. And if I achieve that, that's everything I live for. So for me, Kubani Ebjalen, it doesn't change who I am. It doesn't change who I am in any way. When I get Abjalen and I'm a character that people get to see God in, there are people that have went to church once in their life, and I'm happy about that because of I reach out. Remember, loco, if I had to live according to what I have, I wouldn't come closer to anyone. But my central purpose is not for me to be praised and all of that. The central point is there must be soul winning anywhere I go. So if ever I'm invited somewhere where they can say to me, for 5-10 minutes, I won't hesitate and I'll use my money to go there. Because out of those souls that are sipping alcohol there, one soul, definitely, there will be one. Yes.
Okay, mfundisi yatwa ni kombe ku vutisa mfundisi question yin'wana a hi swi tivi ku va profeta lava nga kona vo hembela kumbe njhani mara veri van'wani va pfa va ringiwa n'wansati wo karhi a kutana u ta ni khongelela loko mi fika rin'wini ya yena a binyi thavula ri n'wi wela a ku yo ka Hagiazo a wu ta ni vekela a nga balangi nchumu so a ni tivi swiyimo swo fana na sweswo a mi hlangana na
I come
swona
across those things. It's just that people don't know. All my social platforms are controlled by about 13, if not 14 admins. So both given they have access to my phones and all of that. Now, kwalaka TikTok, if I can show you the amount of messages that you receive from girls, it's a lot. In fact, I've even said half of the people that will be saying a pastor raped me, pastor did this. I'm not suggesting that it's not true. Hear me well. From where I'm sitting, if I had to entertain everything that is in my phone, I'll be sitting with so many scandals that I didn't initiate. One thing you must understand is, out of 99 scandals that a pastor survives, the one that brings you down, because after all, you are a human being. You understand what I mean? There is no anointing that substitute the systems of this world. The system to have a baby is one. Whether you are a pastor, you are a witch, you are what, the system is one. So you must understand that it's not like if you are a pastor, you feel intimacy, the prophet's way. No, it's the same system. So you must understand that if Ashia is let's expose each other. I'm one of the pastors that can boldly say, I have got 100 screenshots that I can take and say, here is girls, coming to a pastor. But you must behave in a way, you must be subtle, because the way you behave, you can also turn them away from God. So those things happen and they are real. They are real. At the time when I was still a student, they will come asking for advices with short things and all of that in my room. You understand what I mean? So it's not like I'll paint it like it doesn't happen. Shumelela almost every now and then. What given can tell you.
Banga welcome ka mina namgobhozi. Hey, inge chai kahle. Mina vita apostle gaza bosha na prophet mgobhozi. Inge chai kahle. Okay.
Mfundisi,
I think kunabo kona la yana.
Okay.
Alright.
Mfundisi, bonan, yikwatisa nya. Antivi ku leswi mi nga swi achieve ku ri mi ri na support from your parents or vatswari va n'wina a va nga ha ri kona. Loko ku ri ku vatswari va n'wina a va nga ha ri kona, ni kombela mi advise vana lava nga ri ku na vatswari mara va lava ku fika ka level ya n'wina. Word of the day.
You see, poverty motivated me. Poverty for me, it's like the animals that are in the jungle. You either cry or you go and hunt. That's what poverty is to me. Poverty was an advantage because it taught me to think the way I'm thinking today. So, you see, I didn't have my parents when I reached where I was. I think even now, I made a certain video that was very emotional for me, where I said, there are certain achievements. Congratulations, it's because my father used to hype me. Like I found at the Bagina J, and he made us believe these bakis are better than every other baki, and that's how your parents make you feel, But at the end of the day, I can't hold my life back just because of I don't have parents anymore. I kept on pushing. It's just painful because of at this stage, this is where I can do or I'll do, whatever that I could do for my parents, because I feel like, especially for my mother, she suffered a lot, and I feel like it was unfair to lose her before I could actually do anything for her. Because the only thing that I did for her is basically to get her a tombstone. Yeah.
Okay, and then you sana 3 minutes guys afam esho atele sona da mfundisi Hagiazo. Mara ne aleninga zinda vini mhlamlela mfundisi. Ka social media zis trenda ngova ku mfundisi Hagiazo bana mali ba fumi ngova mara mali ya wayihlayisa ikaya. Ayihlayisi bamakwabo bona. Mina sikulere engaya bo boto bona bagwili. Mashaka bakoko lendeka yini.
Basically all my siblings they are where I am, and I've given them a house, where they stay. I think all of my little brothers are all there. My sister is married, happily married. I think she's going for her 20 years now. And I pay them for, I don't know whether I will say it's siblings allowance or so,
Yeah, futhi, yeah.
Ungan'wina ka.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining. Swa tele na swa tele. Ngabona kusho. Swa tele. And na start the question ta tele. N'wina amla ku akatima na mfundhisi ende va tekini vana satiwa anda ku va kahle. Ku swi wrong ku la satiwa.
Imani Hagiazo la.
Swi wrong mara ku vula ku satiwa munhu kahle.
Swi wrong ngopfu.
Yeah. And va humble man Hagiazo guys. Mavoni ava
much.
Hey, futhi ya. Ngita hlana ka karhi lowu landzelaka loko ma va lava mfundhisa gezi mi ra swivutiso swin'wana mi lava ku swi vutisa mi nga swi vutisa kwala hansi ka ti-comments hi nga va kuma futhi
Kumbe mi vula ku ma va lava hi ta va vuyisa futhi.
na loko ku ri mi lava board given va ta va ka timbeni a ni ti vona hi ku a hi
Both given
mfundhisi
lava vonwa Hennessy Gucci.
Danko